Good evening, everybody. The hour being after 6:30, I'd like to call the Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 School Building Committee meeting to order. At first, I'd like to recognize that this is a hybrid meeting. Any members of the public with questions or comments could email middle school project at walpole.k12.ma.us. Thank you. Our next order of business is approval of meeting minutes. Does anybody have any questions or comments about the meeting minutes?
I just want to note they're from the February meeting and the March meeting.
Okay, so I think we'll take them separately. Does anybody have any questions about the February 11th meeting minutes?
Those were updated, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hearing none, I take a motion to approve the February 11th, 2025 School Building Committee meeting minutes.
I'll move.
All right, I have a motion from Jack Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Dr. Goff. Is that Dr. Goff? Oh, Nancy Gallivan. Pardon me. Thank you. All right, let me poll the committee. Mr. Frisha.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Dr. Kenny.
Yes.
Dr. Kenny.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Gallivan.
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Jeff Fisher.
Abstain.
Jack Fisher.
Yes.
Dr. Hahn.
Yes.
Mr. Senek.
Yes.
Ms. Ruggiero.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. Next, I take a motion to approve the March 18th, 2025 School Building Committee meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion.
A motion from Jack Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from, is that Ms. Gallivan?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Frisha.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Dr. Kenny.
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan.
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Jeff Fisher.
Yes.
Jack Fisher.
Yes.
Dr. Hahn.
Yes.
Mr. Senek.
Abstain.
Very good. Ms. Ruggiero.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. Next, over to you, Kate, for the update.
So I'll pass the construction update and schedule over to Griffin and Joel at Fontaine. Griffin, do you want to take it?
Yep. So, just big picture, we've talked about it a couple times, but that green area there is kind of base scope, base bid scope for the most part of the middle school project. So some landscape touch up, and then the orange area towards East Street is the approved change order. So I think you got a couple pictures here, Kate. Yeah. So that slope there, that has been reseeded. You kind of see it wrap all the way around towards the driveway out towards East Street. So Brightview, our landscaper, was out there and got this seeded and some stabilized mats over it, so it should hold up with the rain. That's all kind of base bid. This is the change order work towards East Street. So Quigley's been out there, our site contractor, doing some drainage, moving some earth around, prepping for some of the dugout pads and footing areas. We also had the electrician start out there today for some of the underground conduit. And then this is the schedule that we put together. So look ahead. We have the electrician starting this week. We'll be prepping some of the areas for where the dugouts are going, and as well as backstop and fencing. So they'll be doing the footings to get those posts in. And then, we'll move into pouring the actual dugout pads on either side of the field and in between the two fields. And then we have, I don't know if that's the full schedule or not, Kate, but we have that work going out until the first week of July. So it's kind of the update next couple weeks.
Any questions or comments?
Got a question. In the photos, you've got some new light poles quite a bit off the street. Is all of the utilities that are on the poles on the street going to be moved to those light poles, and then the original light poles removed for parking?
Those light poles that you see on the left, Jack, those stay. the utilities all stay on those, the poles on the right that you're referring to, those are actually where the netting was. So those poles stay and get new netting.
Okay.
Anybody else? Kate, you want to continue?
So for the March vendor invoice package, we have the Vertex invoice, Tap A's invoice, FF&E invoices, and Fontaine's rec. So just flipping through them quick, just the standard Vertex Tap A invoices. The Fontaine rec is for $792,373. And they are currently 97% complete with their contract work. The updated budget is included in the vendor invoice package for reference, along with all of the MSBA pro-pay submissions and reimbursements to date. So we're looking for approval for the March vendor invoice package of $1,017,002.90.
Any questions or comments?
What was Mass Correctional Industries for?
Those are for benches,
For what?
park benches.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
Has any consideration been given to breaking out the field work from the remaining in the vendor invoice package?
So the field work has been approved by the building committee previously, so it is included in, there is a small amount in Tap A's invoice. I think there's a $2,425 for Build Against Amendment 8, which was the field CA, and then Fontaine's change order 13 includes, I think it's 86,000 against change order 13, but that's included within those recs invoices.
So we're not gonna separate out the field from everything else?
No, because it was previously approved by the building committee.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I take a motion to approve the vendor invoice package for March 2025.
Second. Oh, so moved.
A motion from Ms. Gaositz, do we have a second?
Second.
A second from Dr. Kenny, let me poll the committee. Mr. Frisha,
Yes.
Mr. Barrett,
Yes.
Dr. Kenny,
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan,
No.
Ms. Gaositz,
Yes.
Dr. Goff,
Yes.
Jeff Fisher,
No.
Jack Fisher,
No.
Dr. Hahn,
Yes.
Mr. Senek,
Yes.
Ms. Ruggiero,
Yes.
and I vote no. It is a vote. Next item, Kate, is communication from the MSBA.
Yep, so we still are submitting quarterly change orders for review. Our MSBA monthly reports are ongoing, and I just want to note, we've had the note on here before, that once the MSBA has reimbursed the district up to 95% of the estimated grant, they will hold the reimbursements going forward until the final audit is complete. So I just want to note the reimbursement grant is currently at 94.52%. So we're almost at that 95% where the town will not be receiving reimbursements. It jumped up a little bit just because retainage was released, which is reimbursable. So that's how we're getting closer to that 95%. So there'll be a partial reimbursement on the next submission, and then the MSBA won't reimburse until the final audit is complete, and that takes approximately right now 2 to 3 years. And that clock starts ticking after we get the last submission in for invoices. So we're hoping to get the last final rec from Fontaine voted early fall in a perfect world, and then we'll click that box at the MSBA ProPay site, and that'll start the clock ticking for the final reimbursement.
Thanks. Any questions or comments about reimbursements? All right, any other business? Any general questions or comments?
Yes. Kate, I object to the not separating out the field work. And so I would respectfully request that that be discussed and reconsidered. Otherwise, you're not going to get a positive vote from me on any vendor invoice package going forward. That's all.
Any other questions or comments? Kate, we want to conclude next meeting?
Yep, the next meeting is scheduled, it's early in the month, so it's May 6th, and we're going to continue doing the building committee for the middle school at 6:30 remote, or hybrid, rather.
Any questions or comments about the calendar? Hearing none, I take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Motion from Jack Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Gaositz. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Frishaw.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Dr. Kenny.
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan.
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Jeff Fisher.
Yep.
Jack Fisher.
Yes.
Dr. Hahn.
Yes.
Mr. Senek.
Yes.
Ms. Ruggiero.
Yes.
And I vote yes. It is a vote. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.